Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Taylor Jones. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits. And right now, what I'm about to do is bring you a brand new episode of Coal Man's Winter Season 2, episode number 4. But for this episode, what do I want to talk about? Now, since 2021 is in effect and still a lot of bad things are taking place, but we're trying to overcome that with the good times. What can I talk about? Oh, yes. Now, I remember a long time ago, on season 1, and I think it was episode 8, when I talked about violence. I want to give you mentioning like a definition of what's the truth behind a gang. And so yes, that's right. Episode 4, season 2, I'm talking about gangs. Now, when you think of gangs, you're thinking about a random group of individuals. Black, there's some white, Latinos, and even Chinese. They have gangs everywhere. So when you think of a gang, you're thinking like Bloods and Crips. You're thinking Gangster Disciples. You're thinking about the Warlords or the Satanites. And that was from Good Times. Now, I remember I made up 2 gangs on season 1 when I talked about the bananas versus the kiwis. But I'm afraid that when it comes to real life gang banging, like doing this and all that, it's got to stop. I mean, you got to understand that everybody's trying their best to stay alive, but they want to represent their hood. So at first they're afraid, and they even get jumped. They have to do like a little dare, even when it means to have sex with the gang members, female gang members. That's for dudes, but the women, it's vice versa. So I don't understand why life is so complicated, all because you're wearing a rag followed by the color of your gang. Because as you know, a lot of people have been gang banging in reality. Celebrities have done it. For instance, we had Mac 10, WC, Cypress Hill, who else? Oh yeah, Eazy-E, but he and MC Ren from Kelly Park, followed by Coolio and and then we have some gang banging pretenders like Lil Wayne when he was supposed to represent the Bloods, but that was from a music video, the remix of Hustle Hard by Ace Hood. So, and of course, as DJ Quick once said, since he was also a Blood while MC8 was a Crip, back when they had dissed each other in the rap game, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna break it down like this. And this is one verse. This is one whole verse. Because, you know, DJ Quick, he had 3 verses in the song, but I'm going to figure out, like, the first, when he said something like this. Now, let's get down to business, ladies, because it seems like y'all just keep on trying to diss this man that you know that's been down for years. I've clowned for years, but y'all will never fade my peers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. You can't win. Because when I come around, well, I get respect. And you's a goner that won't even get props from your set. Track New Park, you say, huh? You want to be ripping, but now it's time to do some set tripping. So listen close, because I don't want you to miss that I'm about to break it down on this miss. Check it. Acacia, poplar, maple, spruce, cedar, elm. The west side trees spraying all of the fleas. That's from the 3 and 400 block P-Funk routers. So Nico's watch your butt, the center divider. Now, Aaron Tyler, tell me why you act so tame when I caught you in the airport shaking like a crap game. You looked up and saw my homies coming, and you looked like your monkey self was about to start running. But all I want to do was kick a little conversation and see if we can fix this little situation. Would I mess you up was what you wondered. Yeah, that's probably why you changed your little pager number, punk. But busters like you can't grow. You can't even look me in my eye, let alone go toe to toe. And calling me skinny, you's a clown. I'ma call you Theo because you weigh 92.3 pounds. You whack old actor, movie script killer. Boy, you need to know. Quick is still the Negro. Compton Psycho, boy, you ought to quit. Your records won't hit, and girls never jock your hits. You need to stay down, you Compton clown, and get up off my butt with them Nicos with guts. Because I'm down with the trees. Treetop high rules. I'm down with Death Row. Which was mostly Blood And matter of fact, they had Bloods and Crips and Death Row Records. Just so you know, Snoop, the Dog Pound, they were Crips, but Suge Knight, he was always dressed in red like he's a Blood or something. But back to the song. Because I'm down with the trees. I'm down with Death Row. I'm down with Black Tone. And I'm down with the foe. And if we cross paths, and I hope that soon, I'ma boot your automatic butt to the moon. And you need to stop coming with these false pretense. Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Dollars and Cents, verse 1, DJ Quick. Copyright 1995, Profile Records. And like, it's crazy that on the album Safe and Sound, DJ Quick was going back to his Blood roots, a treetop Piru. And matter of fact, when did Crips and Bloods ever got along? Ever since the peace treaty in 1992, when they decided to put the beef to the side, squash the beef, and get along. Ever since the Rodney King riots took place, and they even had the red and blue bandana tied together, started wearing each other's clothing, like they're getting along just fine. But wait a minute, think about it. How do you know all this? I mean, it's been told, but not told enough to the fact that we ain't got enough sense. We ain't got enough sense. We ain't got enough heart. We ain't got enough guts to overcome this hatred. I mean, we've been fighting like crazy for years, killing each other, drive-by shootings, even having fights with bricks, knives, and it's more than just the pull a pistol on the guy in red, or shank a Negro in blue, the slobs, the crabs, you know? Even that is kind of awkward to the fact that you don't even know why Bloods and Crips always hate each other. And some still do today, but others, like Monster and Bone, yeah, they became like overnight celebrities because they appear on TV shows trying to get together, like settle things straight. I mean, honestly, what's the point of living in a world where a coward dies 1,000 deaths, but a soldier dies at 1? It don't make sense. It's like cowards got 1,000 deaths and the soldier dies once, because the real soldier knows exactly how the game goes. Even if you have to live in a phrase where only the strong survive, Ice Cube said it best. Heck, the strong even die, but it's more than South Central. It's more than Compton. It's more than Watts. It's more than LA. It's more than meets the eye. It's more than Memphis. It's more than Humboldt, Milan, Trenton, or Atwood, or Jacktown, Jackson, Tennessee, that is. You know, it never dies down. Only way it dies down is if the parents get along like, this has got to stop. Or the churches, or the schools, the school principals, matter of fact, the school faculty, and other individuals. That's why we had some stop the violence movements. Self-destruction. You're heading for self-destruction. Or, we're all in the same gang. Oh, really? It's straight up banging everywhere we look. Man, it's just too much. So, it's just crazy how we went a long way. We came a long way and nothing has changed. But gang violence and, matter of fact, gang banging, period, it's just too much. And it's like, we don't care often about how surviving is important to us. But at some point in our lives, we got to make it work. Wow, we got to make it work out just fine. So, I'd rather have some ways to overcome. Like, if a gang approach me, or if I'm affiliated with them, but I don't gangbang, does that make me a target by the other gang? I mean, if I saw a gang that rocks the color orange, and the other and the rival gang rocks brown. Or it's you're you're about if they were together, they would have been the Cleveland Browns. Nah, that's crazy. But that's Cleveland Browns colors, orange and brown. That's weird, right? But if I was affiliated, like I'm friends with everybody who wears orange, a gang that wears orange, but I don't even gang bang. I don't even shoot dope. I don't even sell rocks, crack cocaine. No, I don't even shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. You know, I don't kill. I don't do none of that. But I do know I have to be aware of my surroundings. Because if one person from the brown gang, a gang that wears brown, found out I was hanging out with a gang that rocks orange, I would have been the first person to be killed. But I will let them know I am not a gangbanger. Then why are you wearing orange then? Look, this is like my school colors. Like, let's just say that this gang rivalry started all because of school colors. Made me want to watch Colors again, starring Sean Penn and Robert Duvall, back when Don Cheadle and Damon Wayans and Leon were gangbangers. They were the Crips, the Crip DeVilles. No? But of course, since Killer B got shot by one police officer, thinking that he was about to reach for a gun. No! I mean, that's how some people look at it. But that's more than meets the eye. And then all of a sudden, a Latino gang, the 21st Street, Frog and 21st Street gang, they decided to give Rocky and the Crip DeVilles a taste of their own medicine by killing them all. But unfortunately, only one individual from the 21st Street gang died, and that was Larry, a black guy. Don Cheadle versus Grand Bush in a gunfight, and they both died. Meanwhile, the surviving individuals from the 21st Street gang, they got away clean, but later on they got arrested by the police. I mean, if y'all seen the movie, you know what the heck I'm talking about. I mean, Ice-T made a song about colors. Matter of fact, the Bloods and Crips got along, put their differences aside, and worked on banging on wax. Don't believe me? Ask Red Rum 781. Ask Big Y, the original members of Banging on Wax, the Bloods and Crips. But until then, there's a lot of Bloods and Crips who still got caught up in the situation that led to their own death. Bloods and Crips in the rap game. Figuring out that rapping can get them out of the street life and make them focus on like making more money. It's like rapping is a job. But still, Bloods and Crips, they all died down. Gang members all died down. Whether you notice or not, it can be you. It could be your mom. It could be your dad. It could be your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle. Even your grandparents can be gang related. Man. But what's the excuse? Well, like, what would we say? My mama said there'll never be days like this. Actually, there are days like this. My mom said there'll be days like this, to the fact that we don't even get along anymore. What are we going to do now? Pray every day that we decide to make up our mind. Put the gun down, like throw it in the river, throw it in the fireplace. Not only that, throw away your bandana. Take off your gang colors. Start fresh and new. Even if you like have to serve jail time, make it known that you're done being a gangbanger. Start over by going to church again. I mean, is that too much to ask? So, to all Bloods and Crips, gangster disciples, before you even think about having another shoot 'em up, drive-by shooting or a fight with an opposite rival gang member, matter of fact, an opposite gang, period. Just think about what example you're trying to lead yourself into. You know what I mean? It's just like when the ship goes down, boom, boom. Will you be ready or not to face the truth? Because if you face the truth in the last minute, it's too late. You gotta face the truth now. I feel like, you know what? I've been doing this for a long time. Hey, man, don't chicken out. You represent us, cuz. Blood. Come on, Loke. You gotta be better than this. So, just know that, guys. I mean, gangbanging is not the key. Even Smokey Robinson talked about it on Def Poetry Jam. He even made that song. It's like a gospel song. Gang banging. Like, what's the point? There's no point of getting involved in gang banging. There's no point getting involved saying, so woo, or cut rip, or doing this, or this. What are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to fool? Who you think you're dealing with? You're dealing with the people that looked at you once as a individual that they can trust, but then you fooled around and sold yourself out to the gang banging society. If you continue to do that, it's like next thing you know, you're going to rat yourself out. You're going to confess to yourself, sell yourself down to the river, to the fact that, like, man, what have I done with my life? Where have I been all my life? That's a good question. But for real, gangs. You're gunning. You're gunning other folks. Hey, you're against all odds. It's like you against the world. Everybody can be a gang member. Everybody can be a gangbanger. Everybody can be looked at as a gang whenever you walk by, ride by, you know? Ain't nothing changed. But being a friend with a gangbanger is like you putting yourself in constant jeopardy day after day. So just know how far gangbanging can lead. Because if it's going to lead to more complications, that's your call, not mine. Because God has the last say, even when you're in the casket. Just know. Gangs are everywhere, but until then, you got to accept the ugliness that we call truth. If I was in a gang, I would probably make a difference in, like, let's say I was in a gang for 10 years and I decided, like, you know what? Who am I trying to impress? Am I trying to impress Jesus? Or am I trying to impress the world? Because if I impress the world, there's no God in me. So take off your bandana, put away your guns, Stop trying to get yourself caught up in the law, like get arrested more than one time. Even if you didn't do a thing or two, police know what you look like. But if you're going to be a gangbanger, then shame on you. If you want to change the way you live, then be my guest. Go ahead. Ain't nothing stopping you. God wants you to change. Do it. But don't ever make a decision about gangbanging, because you never know when your last day is going to come. You can join the gang today, and then later on you get shot. A lot of parents get to blame other individuals because of their actions. Well, they have the right to be mad. But if you're going to blame me and I'm not in the gang, then like that. Like what? You a gangbanger too? No, that's not how I'm supposed to react. Like, you know what? I ain't got time for this. If you gonna blame me, then blame yourself. You're the parents. You're the ones that let your child go astray. You're the ones that's allowing the devil to steal your son or your daughter's joy. You're the ones that are going to be responsible for regretting not keeping your daughter or son safe from the so-called thing we call gangs. You're the ones, not me. No one blames everybody. No one should hate everybody. Matter of fact, no one should kill everybody. No one should be gang banging, period. So, what's the point of being in a gang? Absolutely nothing. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Not a dang thing has changed. And since it's 2021, the war already begun. I mean, I'd rather take my time and fight with words, not with a 9mm, not with a shank, not with a knife, not with a brick, not with a gosh darn fist. But if I used my fist, I would probably, then again, don't think about your fist. Sometimes your fist can also lead you to trouble. Your own fist can lead you to trouble. So, whatever you do, in word or deed, do all good things in the name of the Lord. Even when it means to give up your sinful past. And gangbanging is one of them. So, if you're going to be in a gang, think about the consequences. Think about what's the point. And in the end, you'll see for yourself that life is too darn precious to waste. And with all that being said, that's all I can think about when it comes to talking about gangs. So anyway, thank you very, very much for watching a brand new episode of Cold Man's Winter. Episode 4, Season 2. And of course, as you can tell, like every episode, this following episode has been brought to you by Sweet Lady of the Week, where a female should be identified, like recognized for good reasons. And recently I mentioned Shayna Johnson, but this time for episode 4, who can I give praise to? Who can I recommend as a Sweet Lady of the Week? Well, I got one. This episode goes out to Olivia White. And Olivia, if you're watching this, just know that I ain't forgot about you. But anyway, to all others, if you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And there will be more in stores. So until then, this is yours truly, live and direct, Taylor Jones, signing out.